Have you ever heard the story of the prodigal pig? We all heard the story about the prodigal son. I want to share the story about a prodigal pig. I'll never forget, I was listening on my headphones to the late Dr. Vernon McGee, and he asked if we had ever heard about the prodigal pig, and my ears perked up quick. I'm like, man, I ain't heard about no prodigal pig. He says Peter introduces him here in 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 22. It says, but it happened unto them according to the true proverb, the dog is turned to his own vomit again, and the pig that was washed to her wallowing in the mire. So the pig that was washed returned back to the mud. And he says we can know in the story of the prodigal son, we can bring in a piece of the prodigal pig where the son wasted all his livelihood, all the father's livelihood. And the whole story of the prodigal son is not about a sinner that becomes a son. No, it's a son that becomes a sinner. And he wastes all his livelihood with riotous living. And he finds himself in a pig pen, so hungry that he's even eating the husk of the pigs. He's so hungry. And while he's there, he comes to his senses and he says something that no pig can ever say. He says, my father's servants are eating better than me. And he comes to his senses, and a pig is like, you're really thinking about leaving this lavish pig pen? Look at how good we have it here. We have it so good. And he's like, you don't understand, pig. It's a lot better in my father's house. And the pig's like, are you serious? He's like, I want to go with you. And starts heading back. And the pig wants to see what all this fuss is about in the father's house. And while they're on their journey back, he's telling the pig, it's going to be different in my father's house. You're going to have to clean up. You're going to have to wash up. You're not going to be able to go like this, all filthy and dirty and stinky. He's like, I want to go. I think I'll like it. Okay, pig, it's going to be different. It's not going to be the same. So he's about thinking his speech over while he's walking about how he's going to tell the father how he sinned against heaven and earth and him. And he doesn't even have time to spill it out. The father runs to him, hugs him, and says, get a robe on him. Get a ring on his finger. Put sandals on his feet. The reason they wanted a robe on him, he smelled like a pig. He was dirty like a pig, and then he has a pig with him. He's like, get these guys cleaned up. Put them in a clean robe. So they clean him up. They get that pig. They shampoo that boy. They clean him up. They brush his teeth with fluoride toothpaste. They put a bow on him, a pink little bow, and he just goes squeakily all around the house, so clean, so pretty. And a couple of days went by, and his head's down, and he goes to the prodigal son and says, I really don't like it here. And what do you mean? I've never had it so good. Look at all the festivals we're having. My father loves me and I'm back. He says, what are you talking about? I just don't take too much to these clean sheets. Why can't we just have a big old splash of mud and roll around and have fun? And sitting at the table, I really don't like eating with forks. Why can't we just have a broth and just go at it and just have fun? And like it is in the pig pen. I want to have fun. And he's like, we have everything here. What are you talking about, pig? I don't like it. And the pig comes to his senses and says, I'm going to go back to my father's house. And the pig starts running home. And when he gets to his pig pen, he sees his father there and just gets all a squeaking and jumps up, rises up and splashes head first into the mud, starts rolling around and rolls over to his father and says, Father, I'm so glad I'm home. I'm so glad I'm home. Because he's a pig. And according to the true proverb, The pig that was washed clean returned to her wallowing in the mud. A pig is a pig. A son is a son. You have to be born again. You have to be born of God in order to become a son of God. And this raises a lot of questions, because we have on one side sons that sometimes cross the bridge and go with the pigs. And we have pigs that sometimes come across the bridge and come with the sons. They come to the Father's house. And only time can tell who a true pig is and who a son is, because it's a matter of the heart. It's not an outside thing. So this doctor was sharing this story, and when he was sharing this story, someone challenged him in the audience and said, "What if that boy would have died in the pig pen?" He says, "Supposing the boy would have died in the pig pen, he wouldn't have been a pig." Take with that whatever you do. If he would have died, he wouldn't have been a pig. A pig's a pig. A son's a son.